So today we will be reading the Murli of 13th of March 1990, the unique meeting of souls with the Supreme Soul at the Confluence age. So Baba is meeting the group of double foreigners, and the first two, three pages he has actually very nicely elaborated on the meeting of the Soul and Supreme at the Confluence age. Although for us it is very natural because we are doing that every day. Every day we are reading new Murlis. But the importance of this meeting, once we appreciate and realize the kind of output which we get or the value which we add for ourselves, is enormous. So let us read the Murli. It's a Murli wherein we'll read the main part today, and the our meeting three other parties we will be reading tomorrow. So we'll split this in 2 days. So let's start. Today, the longest and now found children who have met Baba many times have come to meet once again. Hmm? सिकिलदे बच्चे बाप से सिकिलदे बाप से मिलने आए हैं. The father sees the children with that recognition, and the children too are meeting with the awareness of having met many times before. This meeting of souls with the Father, the Supreme Soul, is a unique meeting. So while we meet Father, we are aware that this is not the only meeting. We have met him many times in the past as well. And that thought itself makes this meeting a unique meeting. Baba says this meeting of souls with the Father, the Supreme, is a unique meeting. Throughout the entire cycle, no other souls are able to meet Baba with the awareness that they are meeting him once again after having met many times before. So again, this is something for us to check, that do we really have this awareness that we have been meeting the Father many times before as well. Even though those founders of religion come from time to time and brought their followers down from up above, they too do not meet with the awareness that they have met for many cycles before and are meeting once again. No one except the Supreme Father can meet souls with this clear awareness. And this awareness itself, Baba also refers to as Swadarshan Chakradhari in many of the Sakar Murlis. So not only Baba, but whatever tasks we do in this confluence age, if we have this awareness that we have been performing this many cycles before and we have been successful, so that awareness itself creates a miracle. It will not bring us any ambiguity or any anxiousness that what will happen in future. Hmm. And for that matter, even other religious leaders, while they meet their disciples, they might not have this thought that they would be meeting each cycle. So that makes this meeting a very unique one. Hence Baba says, no one except the Supreme Father can meet souls with this clear awareness. Even if you are meeting in this cycle for the first time, as soon as you meet, the old awareness, the old recognition, which is recorded in the souls as sanskars, re-emerge. Then there is the sound of this awareness in your heart. This one is my same father. Children say, "You are mine," and the father says, "You are mine." The second that the thought mine emerges, in that powerful awareness, in that thought, you find a new life and a new world, and you become stabilized in the awareness of my Baba all the time. In return, for you becoming an embodiment of this awareness, you become an embodiment of power. So now Baba is elaborating on what is the benefit of we having that awareness. So as soon as we emerge the thought that okay, this meeting with Baba is for many kalps and not this, so that brings us the thought of oneness, the family, and we might probably see that anywhere. So if you all have visited different centers across India or even outside, if we visit Madhuban, we might meet new people, we might engage into new seva across locations, but that feeling of the family, the belongingness, is something which we feel that it has been there for so long. So that kind of awareness makes that bonding very strong. And again, Baba says that once we stabilize this awareness of my Baba all the time, this embodiment of awareness brings us power. Baba says, "You have become an embodiment of power, have you not? You are not an embodiment of weakness, are you? To the extent that you maintain this awareness, accordingly, you automatically claim the right to power. Where there is awareness, there definitely is power. When you forget the awareness, even slightly, there is waste, whether it is in wasteful thoughts, wasteful words, or wasteful actions. So it's just a matter of awareness. Entire Gyan is awareness. We all are staying in a parallel universe, in a parallel world. And once we are aware of that, we gain everything. And we, if we forget that, we are back to Kali Yuga. So Baba says, therefore Bapdada sees all the children with the vision of every child being an embodiment of this awareness and so an embodiment of power. You hear about the devotees, you hear about the devotees remembering you even until today. You brought into your awareness my Baba, and what the devotee souls remember is my specially beloved God or goddesses. Just as you remember the Father with deep love from within your heart, in the same way, devotee souls remember you. The specially loved souls with deep love from within their heart. Among you Brahmin souls, some remember with loving relationship with their heart, whereas others repeatedly try to experience a relationship through the head on the basis of knowledge, where there is love from within the heart and a relationship of deep love, that is where there is great closeness. It is difficult to forget to have remembrance, where there is just a relationship on the basis of knowledge and there isn't unbreakable love from the heart. Remembrance is sometimes easy and sometimes difficult. Just as blood runs in every vein of the body, in the same way, remembrance is merged in the soul at every moment. This is known as constant remembrance, full of deep love from within the heart. The devotee souls say about the Father, wherever I look, I only see you. In the same way, whoever sees such souls who are loving and equal to the Father will experience God, the Father, in their vision, words, and actions. Such souls are known as those who are loving and equal to the Father. So, what is Baba telling? Just like the souls outside mention that wherever I see the God, experience God. So, similarly, Baba says, whoever sees the souls who are loving and are equal to the Father will experience God, the Father, in their vision, words, and actions. Such souls are known as those who are loving and equal to the Father. So that is why if the outside souls even see us, they will feel that they are seeing God because we resemble a vision of God for them. They don't know who the God is practically. They see God through us. That's what make them feel or experience that God is everywhere. So all of you are embodiments of remembrance. Everyone has a relationship and everyone also has a right, because everyone has the full right to the relationship of child and father. All of you say my Baba. None of you say my mat- maternal uncle or my paternal uncle. Therefore, because you have a relationship with a right, you have a right to the inheritance of all attainments. Whether you are those of 50 years or 6 months. By saying mine, you have claimed the right. So then, what is the difference? Baba gives an equal right to everyone because he is the bestower who gives the unending inheritance to everyone. Not only to you, 250,000, but all souls become ones with a right. Baba has an even more limitless, treasureless treasure stone than this. So why should he give less? So although the bestower gives equally to everyone, there is a difference between those who take it. Some use the treasure and inheritance of attainment for a task, for the self, and for service, according to the time and experience. That is why they make Baba's treasure their own treasure. That is, they merge it into themselves. This is why, by having the experience of using the treasure at every moment, they remain happy and intoxicated. So Baba is telling that he is just like we tell Baba mine, and it is not like we associate it with any paternal or maternal relationship. It's just direct. So even Baba gives us everything direct, and he has plenty abundance of treasures to be given. But while we take those treasures or apply them, there becomes a difference. And Baba says this is why by having the experience of using the treasures at every moment, they remain happy and intoxicated. There is pure intoxication, not a wrong type. However, the others stay in the happiness that they have found the treasures. It is mine, but it is only mine, for since it is not used for any task. Hmm? So even if we say that these treasures are mine, but if we just think and keep those treasures and don't use it, Baba says that which is invaluable is simply accumulated in their stock. There is a difference between accumulating it and the experience of using it. The more you use it for a task, the more the power increases. The others do not use it at all the time. They they use it sometimes. This is why there is a difference between those who use it all the time and those who use it sometimes. Hmm. They do not use the method of using something for a task. So the bestower does not create a difference in giving, but there is a difference between those who take, who all who are all of you, the ones who use it for a task or the ones who remain happy seeing it in your stock. Who are you? The first number or the second number? Bab Dada is pleased that all of you are number one. Or are you number one at this time? Bab Dada always says that there should always be gulab jamuns in the mouth of the children. To do whatever you say means to have a gulab jamun in your mouth. People of the world say, let there be a gulab, that is rose, in your mouth, but your mouth will not be sweetened by a gulab. So, if there is always a gulab jamun in your mouth, you constantly remain smiling. So now Baba is telling, many new souls have come here to meet Baba once again. So see how Baba is framing this statement. New souls are coming, but then they are coming to meet Baba once again. It is not the first time. To those children who are celebrating a meeting this cycle with Baba once again, Bab Dada gives us special blessings of love. Constantly continue to experience Baba's hand on your head. Those who have the Father's hand on their head always remain safe in every respect with the experience of this blessing. This hand of blessing is an instrument of your safety in every situation. This is greatest security. Bab Dada is happy seeing the courage of all the teachers in becoming instruments. You maintain courage and become instruments, do you not? To become an instrument teacher means to play a hero part on the unlimited stage. Just as on a limited stage, everyone's attention is specially drawn towards the soul with the hero part, in the same way, the souls who for whom you have become an instrument in particular, and all souls in general see you, the instrument teachers, with that vision. There is everyone's special attention. That is why teachers have to pay special attention to themselves. Why? Because to become one with a hero part in service means to become a hero. The teachers also receive more blessings to the extent that you receive blessings. So it is necessary for all of you to pay attention to yourselves. This too is a special fortune according to the drama. So constantly continue to increase the fortune that you have already attained. Let it increase from 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to 10 million, 10 million to a billion to multi-millions. Always continue to increase this fortune. This is known as being a worthy, ideal teacher. Bab Dada definitely remembers the instrument children and also constantly gives the blessings of Va children Va at Amrit Vela. Did the servers hear this? To be a teacher means to be a number one server. Acha. To those from everywhere who celebrate a lovely and unique meeting every cycle, to those who constantly use the treasures of the inheritance for a task according to the time, to those who are extremely loving from within their heart and whom who become equal to the Father and give the experience of the Father through themselves, to those who are constantly embodiments of remembrance and so become embodiments of power through the devotees of those who constantly distribute their attained fortune, that is, who increase their fortune to such master bestowers and constantly powerful children, Bab Dadas, love, remembrance, and namaste. It's a powerful yatra. Let's read this last paragraph once again. To those from everywhere who celebrate a lovely and unique meeting every cycle, to those who constantly use the treasure of the inheritance for a task according to the time, to those who are extremely loving from within their heart and who become equal to the Father and give the experience of the Father through themselves, to those who are constantly embodiments of remembrance and so become embodiments of power through the devotees, to those who constantly distribute their attained fortune, that is, who increase their fortune to such master bestowers and constantly powerful children, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So here we end the main part of the Murli. Let's reflect for a couple of minutes and then we'll start sharing. Om Shanti. Okay, we can start sharing now.
Om Shanti, Praful Bhai.
Yes,
So, yeah, so Baba brought out the importance of awareness and also the power of awareness. So, when we have this awareness that it's my Baba, then Baba says there is power. So, when we forget this awareness, that's where everything, the waste creeps in, or that creates the words and then the actions and so on. So the constant remembrance is actually making that that giving that power. So it happens to that awareness. And I also liked when Papa said that um, you know the souls, the Brahmin souls, right at the confluence age, we have that awareness that we are meeting Baba. But whereas the religious founders, when they are meeting, they don't have that awareness that now they are meeting Baba. Right? That's what Baba said, right? So the awareness that we are meeting God, that awareness is making a difference here. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I lost you. Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
you're right. Awareness is the key, and for that matter, everything we do is awareness because nothing is seen. Like even if our Baba is not seen, even the relationship which we have with our brothers and sisters, those are not that way official. Like the way which we tell each other. Even our study is gupt. Sometimes Baba uses word gupt, silent, and whether the golden age is coming or not, that is also something which only we know. Nowhere anybody in the world knows, even about the Param Dham. All the knowledge is everything revolving around awareness. So once we have that awareness, we are intoxicated, we enjoy. But once that thing goes, it is just like that Baba mentioned in the Murli as well, some in some different context about that nasha. He told that you don't have that other kind of nasha which people have. So even in Lokik, like if they are drunk, so the kind of intoxication they have, they feel that they are in at a different level altogether. So until that intoxication is there, they are flying. They feel that they are the kings. And once that intoxication is over, they find themselves, somewhere near the roadside or in the gutter. Of course, this the one which we have is a spiritual one, and this is something which also elevates us from within.
Yeah.
But
So the
you're right, it
difference,
boils
yeah.
down to the awareness. Once we have that, we enjoy.
Yes, yes. The difference is we have that awareness that we met and we will meet in every cycle, right? We will meet again. We are meeting Baba, I mean God. But when it comes to the religious founders, since they do not have this knowledge, so they don't have that awareness while meeting Baba that they will meet in every cycle, right?
Yeah, so this is second thing which Baba also mentioned, and the cyclic repetition of time is something which it's only taught over here. No- Otherwise, everywhere it's a linear function of time. So nobody even thinks of this cyclic pattern, and they meeting their disciples or anyone in the world might not think that this has been a repeated thing. The time is into a loop, but yeah, this is a very new thing which Baba has given us, and it is not as a concept, but even we feel ourselves that we are meeting again, or this is a second meeting. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, beautiful. But
Yes.
Bhool Bhulaiya ka khel. I just think all this is a maze. We waiting, like they say in the Bible, no, it's mentioned meeting God in every turn. How? They searched for God and how God was from the beautiful. I remember when was in the convent, I used to see how could we find God in every turn. But I just turned down to what knowledge I have got. What happened to me in the golden age and what happened to me in the silver age for half a kalpa over there? What did I do? I didn't even look for him. I didn't even think of him. And Baba always mentions nowadays when we ask Baba, Baba, why you don't come to the golden age? Where do you call me? You never even think of me. I am sitting in my Paramdam hold waiting, enjoying myself. You had no need of me. So we have to go to this concept to understand about this meeting God in search of God. So when did this search start? So the other day we had a wonderful discussion. No, it's like from the invisible to the visible, and from the visible to now it is from all that is visible, we are going moving into the invisible. So, but in the golden and silver age, there was no question of invisibility and visibility, nothing lacking, nothing there. Everything was there. God, who is he? We don't know. That was the way we never even looked at it for half the cycle. That's why I'm saying the knowledge of the cycle, if it is taken, we'll see it's just a bul bulaya ka khel. So this kind of what I'm talking about is Bul Bulaya Khakel is the first thing. What did I do in search of God? What did I like? So I remember when once we come to the knowledge, we were given when we were born about what is God, who is God, by our scriptures, by our in our childhood, by our parents, and we staunchly believed in it and held it on to us because nothing else we found was truth. We were happy till something came somewhere, some kind of explosion came within ourselves. Because for me, it was a journey with Swami Chinmayananda when I asked him, where is God? Who is God? And there were so many things I remember I learned through him. Now, over here, when Baba is speaking about, because even in those days when in the copper age, I used to think what made Vikramaditya first take the linga? How did that linga concept come in him? How did he think God to be in the form of an oval shaped linga? Because at that time, if you remember, there was a philosopher called as Spinoza. He said if there is no God, it's necessary to invent him. We have to invent him. So inventions came, messengers came. They all had all their own messengers about God, and everyone split, 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 split. And we went away far from what was reality. And at the end, we have too many lines, too many lines. That's the time I think when we search over here and we don't know the cycle is ending. How do we know cycle is ending? We think the world goes on and on and on. And now when we know the cycle is ending, God is so smart. He comes down and he says, child, you know, you are walking straight down the road. I was waiting at every bend to see, will you turn and look at me? I'm Shiva. So if you go through it's something for me, absolute thing which I think nobody is going to recognize that they have found God. So first recognizing him, stopping and turning at the bend. Oh, this is the turn. So you are God. Fine. Let me recognize you. So that's what Baba is saying in the Murli. So that's that smriti. I'm walking down the road in Vismriti. I turn and say, oh, you are the God. Okay, fine. Let me know you. Come, come. And then the way he picks me up, he takes me up. And then I don't even know what road, where I went and all. We first, I recognize him that the kind, you know, it's light with light, that recognition. And then in understanding God, we recognize him. And then the meeting God, that's something I think it comes, it goes. I still don't know. I'm meeting him, then why do I go away from him? That's what it's like. Bhool Bhulaiya ka Kel, I think, full by. And I feel why all those people are still walking down the road. Why can't they turn and recognize this and understand God is over here? And I say, God, please put a signal over there. Those people don't know why you're only looking at me. It's a very, the journey is very, very kind of, I I don't know. I'm happy now. I've reached the bend, but I also see of the various things which is going on. But and God says time has to move on. The cycle has to move on. Everyone will meet me because after a particular way there'll be no straight road. Only I will be there with my open arms waiting for all. So for me, this is what I felt when I reading the Murli, the journey in search of God and the journey of meeting God. We are blessed. We have met Bap Dada. We have seen, experienced God in the incorporeal to the invisible, and from the visible we are slowly going to the invisible. So I think it's the journey is something very special for each one of us, I think, in our own way. This is what I felt when I read the Murli. I just thought about in search of God, and then I see Him, the light. Om Shanti.
Okay. Anyone else would like to add? So one is the awareness which Baba mentioned in today's Murli. What else?
Praful, can you just
He
explain this
also told
one
about
sentence? One sentence, can you explain? You asked this relationship from heart and relationship of knowledge. And can you also compare this for meeting God in the copper age and meeting God in the confluence age? If you can just throw some light on this two kinds of meeting.
meeting God at the copper age and meeting God at the confluence age. Hmm. So do you think in the copper age do we really meet God the way we meet in the confluence age?
In the copper age, I won't know what's happening in the confluence, right? In the copper. How will I
Exactly.
know? I
No, no,
I
no, no,
run.
not like that. I'm telling. The way we perceive God is very different in the two ages. So, as you mentioned, in the copper age, we are in search of God, and when we are in search of God, whoever has a little enlightenment, maybe the gurus, sages, the kind of description which they give for God. First they have Advaita, then they Advaita, and all those things. Since we are in search of God, so we start accepting or believing those things because they tell that those practices worked for them. But in confluence age, it's different actually. Baba searches for us. So, like, just coming back to your example, if I have to use the same example, if you are walking on the road in search of God, there are a lot of stalls in the left and right from Dwapar Yug, and we are going in each stall and experimenting who is God, how can we meet Him. Sometimes we have some good experiences because each stall has something different to offer. But when we come at the confluence age, Baba himself come out of the stall and he tells, "Hey, I am here, the one whom you were searching for in different stall. Now I have searched you." So once he meets us and the kind of feeling which we have, which Baba told, okay, this I have met Baba 5,000 years back. He's the one. Because Baba might have met even different people, others didn't stop by. They might have just went off. But we, the children, we then identified who the God is. And not only identification, then he gives us some more relevance, some more information about the cycle, about his time to come, about where we are. And when we listen about this Gyan, then our foundation becomes more strong, which earlier when we were walking on the street, into the different stalls from Dwapar Yug, things were conflicting, confusing, things were probably not making a logical sense, and we were not even allowed to question much because questioning was again not allowed that much. So I see these two differences meeting God at Copper Age and Confluence Age, just in extension to the example which you mentioned.
So you
Does it
agree?
make sense?
Conference age through knowledge, correct?
Knowledge and Baba himself searching us rather than we searching him. Over there, the search is more from ourselves to him, and we don't find, or if we find, then probably that didn't work for us, or if it worked, it would be temporary gain.
Still, it is knowledge only which made you identify Shiv Baba, right?
Agree.
Then Baba now see is very careful that one sentence you must see. He's saying where there is love from the heart, within the heart, there that is when you search relationship from the heart and relationship from the head. So you agreed now in Confluence Age, it's on the basis of knowledge. But what we feel now after knowledge, when did that heart thingy come? Because in corporate, it's only heart. The love for God, the craze for God. There was no knowledge there. That's why they were wandering Bhul Bulaya. But now, this knowledge, Baba saying, mix it up with heart. So when did that thingy come in the Confluence Age where that knowledge plus heart became remembrance?
See, knowledge would be necessary, and it is necessary to understand who is God. But when it comes to awareness, knowledge will not be into the awareness for a longer time unless we put heart into it. So, for example, if I have any hobby, maybe if I have a hobby to play music, so when will that become a hobby? When I have a heart for it. Just knowing how to play a musical instrument, that is just knowledge. That will not give me joy, or probably it will just have me one time joy that, okay, I have that knowledge. Or maybe getting a degree from a college, from an institution, just getting that knowledge is one thing, a good attainment. But to sustain that knowledge, I will have to put my heart into it to experience that knowledge or to use it for a longer time. So, even in Confluence Age, to understand God, no doubt we need head because that itself, that knowledge is needed. And that is why we probably do this 7 days course. We don't directly tell people to do bhakti or to do satsang and just directly go into meditation because they don't have knowledge about God. But after having that, to sustain it or to bring that into awareness, that is where then Baba always tells in Murlis that relationship, remember all the three relationships, and today, as you mentioned, this heart thing. So both has to go hand in hand. And in many Murlis, Baba has told that if we just do one aspect and miss out the other one, probably we may not be able to go long. If we have too much heart and not knowledge, then that also can become like a blind faith without proper logic applied. So both are needed, as we always discuss.
What I feel Praful by, correct me if I'm wrong, please. I agree with your knowledge. Somewhere I don't know. That love, God's love, that invisible just came within you. We just don't know when did the heart open, when did he pour love. I think love was the thing which really sealed this knowledge into a relationship and remembrance. So I feel the main thing here, even though knowledge, as you said, it's for the head, I think is God's love. How, guys, who told I love you? Did he say, when two people are in love, they won't know when did love start. कैसा प्यार हुआ नहीं मालूम ही नहीं होता है ऐसा ही हो गया कैसा हुआ नहीं मालूम. So I feel, maybe I'm wrong, or let me know your thing. I feel it was love of God which really pierced in you, and the knowledge became a relationship. I don't, it's just, I thought love was the core thing in this. God's love, God's love.
So that is okay when it comes from God's, but from your side, what is it that makes you sustained in this journey? Would it be knowledge or love? It would be love, right? If you didn't have love for Baba, probably you wouldn't have come to listen the Murli really. So love is also sustaining us from our side. Baba will always have love for us, but how much love do we have for him? And this awareness, which that's what Baba mentioned today. This awareness is something which, in spite of we knowing that this is the right signal, Baba has come, we tend to forget throughout the day. We again get carried away with the other stalls, sometimes maybe because of our logics, our family members. And then next day, 5 a.m., he comes back, hey, I'm there here. So, like that Bhul Bhulaiya thing which you mentioned, no doubt the love is the starting point, but then we recognizing that again and again and making that our personality, that is what the entire Purusharth is about. One time occurrence is okay, fine, that Baba loved us and that pulled us. We also love Baba. But now the point is, what are we doing to sustain that? To bring that awareness into reality. That is where the entire Purusharth or Brahman life is focused for many. Sorry, I've deviated from what you are speaking, but then the point is that how are we sustaining ourselves? How that love we are putting it into action. That is the key. Okay. So I think we are almost above time. So let's be in silence for a minute.
Yeah, Baji, one quick announcement about this Sunday's class. So,
Yes, yes, please announce. Go ahead.
yeah, so this Sunday we have a master's class from Gokul Bai. So we'll be conducting a Murli Manthan session on the Murli date at 0703. That is March 7, 1990. So that Murli we read day before yesterday and yesterday. So the title is The Attainment of Self-Sovereignty with the Ruling and Controlling Power. So request everyone to attend and take complete benefit of the session. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Praful Bhai.
Yes, thanks, brother. So let us be in silence for a minute and we'll then end the call. And since we were discussing about love for God, let's try to express that going towards Him and thanking Him for reminding us that we meeting Him not for the first time but each kalpa. And these moments will come to us. We don't have any regrets for these going away because we know that we'll be part of this journey every kalp. So there is no regrets, there is no sorrow. We are entitled to receive these treasures each kalpa. We are entitled for His love each kalpa. This awareness brings me joy, happiness, and a sense of fulfillment for whatever I do throughout the day. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.